to join naval drills. So Ethiopia is trying to engage in some naval drill with Somaliland, which is a breakaway territory of Somalia. So Somalia has rejected the request from Ethiopia to participate in joint naval exercises within its territorial waters, citing concerns over potential violations of international maritime law and threats to its sovereignty, local media reported on Monday. Now, Ethiopia is getting this backing from Israel. Ethiopia is getting this backing from other countries because Somaliland, which is a de facto independent territory with the capital in Hargeisa, is seeking recognition from Ethiopia and other countries, and they have promised to even give Ethiopia a corridor through Somaliland to have access to the sea because by 1993, after the Eritrean People's Liberation Front or movement, fought and broke away from Ethiopia, they made Ethiopia landlocked. So Ethiopia is seeking regional power and status in the region by trying to back Somaliland to become an independent state. So Ethiopia reportedly expressed interest in the drills at a recent regional meeting in Addis Ababa and submitted a proposal to deploy naval personnel under an African Union-led peace keeping mission in Somalia. The plan announced at last week's Eastern African Standby Force Summit in Mogadishu. Um, the plan announced last week East African Standby Force Summit in Mogadishu has been seen by Somali officials as part of landlocked countries' push to secure a foothold in the regional waters. And this is also creating some tension in the region between Turkey and Egypt. Both of them are now, with Turkey supporting the government in Mogadishu and even thinking about, I think they have some military presence there in Somalia, and Israel trying to do the same thing and having a foothold in Somaliland. So this is the game they are playing in Africa. So the whatever you're seeing happening in Western Asia or what they call in the Middle East today, it's also creeping towards Africa. It's happening in Africa. So for those of you from Africa that think that whatever is happening in Western Asian corridor, which you call the Middle East, is not your business, congratulations. It's coming to Africa. They're already there in Africa. The conflict in Sudan, what is happening in Somalia, what is happening in the tension in Eritrea, even the Bab al Mandab. The Bab al Mandab is not just from the Yemeni side, it's also from the Somali side. Africa has a long coastline on the Red Sea. So, and this is all a geopolitical game. This is why these guys are struggling to take control of our territories in Africa for different reasons. And we should be able to speak up as Africans. We should be able to monitor what is happening closely and choose our friends carefully in relations to our interests as Africans. Friendship is not just based on having cultural commonalities and so on and so forth. It's about interest. And we in Africa have to declare and understand our own interest in the region. So Ethiopia, you see, Ethiopia is aligning now with Israel because they want an access to the corridor. And the history goes back a long time, by the way. It's not just now. They've been doing this for a very long time. The history goes